Okay. Hello, everyone. It's actually working. Can you believe that? Hi, Linda. I saw you doing the happy dance. And let's see, Maryland. Is that Patty up in Maryland? Okay, everybody, we're just going to give it a few minutes. I'm a little bit early, but I wanted to make sure that I had everything working so we didn't go through what we went through last week. So, what can you say? You just have to go with the flow, right? I mean, let me adjust my camera a little bit. I always get confused at which way to turn my iPad. So, all right. Hello, Karen. I got your card. I'm going to show everybody in a few minutes. Thank you so much. That's a really beautiful card. I don't do as much heat embossing as I should. Though we did do some this past weekend at my second in-person class for holiday cards, so that was exciting. And then I've got one coming up on the 14th, and hopefully they don't run out of stock. We're going to use the Memory More kits. I have two that I had already ordered, but hopefully they don't run out before I get my people registered. But that's October 14th, and it's in person or to go. So, welcome everyone. And we're just I'm a few minutes early. I just wanted to make sure that I was able to get on. It is thundering and raining like you know what, cats and dogs here in the central part of Florida. And my dog is under the table. Excuse me, I'm trying to move my leg. The dog is under my table. I've put my sweater down so she can lay on that because she does not like the thunder. So we took the golf cart up to the mailbox and didn't realize that it was going to start raining. And it started when we were going up there, which wasn't so bad. Then we got there. I jumped out, put the sides down, zipped everything up, and then we sat back in the golf cart for a few minutes, and then it lightened up a little bit, and I had a little tiny umbrella in there because we had taken the umbrellas out for, I'm not sure why, but they weren't there. So we got out. I ended up driving up to the mailbox. Normally we park at the end of the parking lot. We walk, but I decided to drive. So we drove up, and we got underneath where the mailbox things are because it's in a central place. No, she doesn't have a thunder coat. I have a t-shirt that she puts on that she'll wear. It's kind of tight on her. But so we get up there and we walk around. We're covered. And then it kind of slowed down a little bit. So I said, all right, let's go run and get under the tree so you can do your thing. So we didn't get quite as wet. Well, then I had to get a box out of the bigger box because my paper pumpkin came today. So by the time we got ready to go back to the car, to the golf cart, it was pouring down rain. I did not put we have a screen that you can put in where the window folds down, and then we have a screen that you can put in. So I had to take the screen out, put the window up, and then I had the sides down, but I never got a chance to button them up, to snap them in place. So we're coming back, pouring down rain, and the thing is just flapping like crazy, making all this noise. I thought, I don't care. I just want to get home. And my husband was in the garage because he doesn't like the dog coming in the house wet. And he was waiting in the garage with a towel thinking we were going to be soaked, but we weren't. So it was good. But we always wipe her feet when she comes in the house. I've always done that with my dogs because I don't, their feet are wet. But this time she didn't get wet. And she does have a raincoat, but I didn't think it was going to start raining. But anyway, so... But that's all right. Welcome, everybody. Let me just take a minute and introduce myself for those that might be new here on my Facebook channel. I'm Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I love what I do. It's so much fun. And sometimes I call our Tuesday Facebook Lives, it's crazy. Sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself because things never go the way you want them to go. But anyways, if you will, since we're in a group, I can't see your names. I'm getting to know where some of you are from when you put your location. But if you make a comment, you only have to do it once or so. But if you make a comment, let me know, or let me know that you're here when you make your first comment. That would be great. And if you'll share my video and like my Facebook page if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate that. It will help me reach out to other people that I can share my love of crafting with. So, and we will get started here shortly. It is 7:02. Let's give it another minute. Let's see who else is on. Okay, I think that's Linda. That's probably Patty. I know Karen. Oh, here we go. And Maria's here. And Faye from Virginia, Indiana. Yay, we got lots of people. So before we get started, I'm going to do my little, you probably hear this from every demonstrator, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't share with you the offers that we have with Stampin' Up. So, you could be like me. When I first started, I started to get a discount. And I thought, I am not going to pay this person $25 a month to attend classes. Not that it wasn't worth it, don't get me wrong. But I ended up joining because I wanted to get a discount. And then we moved to Florida, and I started teaching classes. It was a way for me to meet people. So anyways, so I'm going to flip the camera down and go over with you the celebration. It ends the end of this month. So let me flip the camera down. Okay, so celebration ends the end of September. So every $50 you spend, you get to pick something out of this wonderful book. And there's all sorts of goodies in here. You've got delicate dahlias. You've got this funky summer shadows and textured frames. I just got this one. I haven't used it yet. I might give that away. And the fun sheep. I mean, look at that. Isn't that the cutest? And let's see, what else do we have in here? And Christmas paper, which we've used in we just did a class, and then paper, more paper, and all that other stuff. So anyways, so that runs out the end of this month. And then also, if you join my stamp community, which is, we are known as the Crafty Girls, you get your starter kit. You choose $125 and you pay $99. And in this month, they are also giving you the option to choose a bundle from 12. You got 12 sets you can pull from. All of them are a stamp set and dies, and 2 are have punches. One is the Peaceful Deer, which we just did a class on that one. And then this one here, which is the Penguin palette place. In the celebration, they also have paper that coordinates with these penguins. It's cute as can be. So you can choose this. In addition to that, Stampin' Up! Also includes a paper pumpkin kit, which that runs about $22. And then you'll get catalogs and things in your box as well. And if you're going to do it as a discount shopper or as a hobbyist, that's fine. You'll get a discount as long as you meet the minimums, and we can go over that if you have questions. If you don't meet the minimums, then you just lose your discount and go back to being a happy shopper. That's all. You'll shop from whoever you work with as a demonstrator, and if you don't have somebody, I'd be more than happy to work with you. And then the other thing is that the catalogs that they send out, just put a sticker with your name and phone number on it and hand them out to people that you know. And if they want to order something, then you can get some sales that way and help you meet your minimums. So that's just a suggestion. You have until the end of September, and that's September 30th. And then also I posted, which I'm sure you all saw, is I'm doing a BOGO for my, I'm going to flip back. I'm doing a BOGO to sell my retired stamp sets starting Sunday on my Facebook page, which is Shall We Stamp Online BOGO, but I have it tagged in my business page and then also in this group as an event. And it will start somewhere around 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. I'll start loading the folders in of all the product, and then that will run through the 29th, sometime in the evening. I don't care. You need to make your place your orders within 24 hours, and all of the information has an information sheet that you can open, and there are links in there. It gives you all of the information of what you do for what the BOGO is and how it works and what you need to do, and you got to follow the rules. And once you get done, you go fill out a Google form, and that comes to me, and then I'll send you an invoice for the shipping that you're going to pay on the retired products, and then I ship those to you once you place your order for the equal amount in my online store. All of that is in the instructions, so don't freak out. I have it listed, very detailed information, and I'll start loading. I've got a folder for stamps only, stamp bundles, paper pumpkin, dies and punches, embossing folders, and then there'll be there will be one for designer paper if I can get all of that, or get some of it photographed in time, and then miscellaneous. So that will all start Sunday, and you've got 3 days to do your shopping before the end of the month. So, all right. So with that being said, who left and came back? Because they just said hi, back again. Hope we didn't lose you. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera down. Now I'm gonna start out with a card in case those that are running late. We're gonna make this card here using the Nuts About Squirrels, and then the next card we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to make a box card. I don't know if you've seen those or not, but it's a card that's a box and then it folds flat so you can mail it. But I saw this on the Pinterest as usual. This is the stamp set. This is a 2-step stamping. This is probably good to use if you have the Stamparatus. I didn't think about that until just now, or I should have pulled mine out. That probably would have been a great help. But anyways, I did find, I don't know if y'all have this stamp or those that have used it, I finally figured out you have to line up his tail first, it looks like. For me, it did. And then I got a pretty even stamp. And it's got 13 stamps in here, and that can be found in our catalog, which runs through the end of December, and it's on page 49, and the stamp set's only $17. Isn't that cute? Now, so here are some of the cards. If you notice the ones when I first used this set, this is what I copied. So if those look familiar, that's because I copied them from here. All right, so it's $17. You can't go wrong to get the set, and they are cling. Let me make sure. Maybe no, they're not. They're photopolymer, so you can see through them, which makes it a lot better. So, anyways, this is a card that we're going to be making, and I got pretty even on his tail for the most part on that one. I did use one of the blenders just to kind of fill in on the part of his tail that I didn't quite get. So, anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and get started with this one, and then we'll do the box card in just a minute. And I think I've got everything. Yeah, I think we should be good as far as being able to see everything. Let me put that over here out of the way. Now, let me get this out because I'm doing things a little backwards. I was going to do the other card first. I thought, nah, let me wait. So let me pull my stuff out for this one. Bear with me 1 second. I need to get all my markers and my ink pads and all that stuff. Okay. So we are going to use crumb cake as our card base. And that is going to be cut at the 4 1/4 by 11. So it's 4 1/4 by 11. And let me move my pieces away so you can see everything. I've got everything pretty much cut. So let me bring in the paper trimmer. I'm going to move the card out of the way so that we can start our stamping. So I hope everyone's doing good. All right, so we are going to score this at, it's 11 inches, so we score it in half. So half of 11 is 5 1/2, right? 5 1/2, 5 1/2 is 10, that's 11. So we're going to come over here on, let me see if I can, whoa, that's a little bit too much zooming. Hold on. I figure I'm learning how to work my little thing over here. So we're going to line up at 5 1/2, and I'm going to butt it up to this little thing right here. And if you don't have the paper trimmer from Stampin' Up, you really need to get one. It's $30. No, it's $25. I'm sorry. 25. I think it's 25. 25 or 30. Don't hold me to that. But it's the best thing because it's got the arm. And if you do a lot of scrapbooking, the arm opens up to 17 inches. And it also has a cutter. All right. So we've got our cardstock folded. And I'm just going to make sure it's even. And I'm going to bring in my bone folder. And we're going to do that. All right, and then the next piece we're going to use is a piece of Very Vanilla. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I ran this through the 3D bark, the 3D bark enfolder. If you can see the bark on it. You see that? So that's what we're going to use there. So let's go ahead and add that to our front of the card. We'll go ahead and add our adhesive. So I've been busy. I'll tell you what, I've got a mastermind thing for 2 days that starts Thursday at 3 o'clock and runs till 9 o'clock Thursday and Friday. And I've got to mow my yard, but I guess I'll do that on Saturday. Doesn't that sound like fun? I like mowing the yard because it's exercise. I've been doing exercise 3 days a week. I've been going and doing walk away the pounds or walking home, whatever you want to call it. I tell you what, it's just not walking. It's an aerobic exercise. That's all I got to say. Hi, Judy Setlinsky. Okay, so we're going to attach the Very Vanilla, which is embossed with the bark embossing folder. And then I have a piece of crumb cake that is cut at 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Notice how I wrote that there because it's going to be hidden. And then I'm using I've got this paper and I haven't started using it yet. And I thought I've got to use it. So we're using it tonight on both cards. And this is the Harvest Meadow. And this piece here is from that paper. Look how cute this stuff is. Let me just show you real quick. Look at this. This is Navy, Night of Navy. And it's got some yellow on the backgrounds. I'm sure y'all have seen this. And there's some more trees with a little bit of writing on that one. And I just want to show you these real quick. And here's a real pretty, like a mint with writing on it and kind of give you that little bit of more of a landscapey look. And that's got yellow vines and stuff. And then here's looks like Moonlight Madness. No, that's not it, is it? Anyways, and then looks like Calypso Coral. So that's what we're using, and we're going to also use it for the other card as well. All right, so this piece here is cut, since we're doing layers, and this is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. I just cut it down by 1/8. So this is 3 inches by 4 1/4. So we're just going to lay that on there. It's just going to give me a little bit of a border around. So I'm going to go ahead and add that now. This card won't take that long because I went ahead and cut everything in advance. I just didn't want to have to worry about cutting everything, so I went ahead and did it. And then I wasn't sure how long it's going to take to do the other card, but that's okay. So we're going to lay this on here and just do a nice layer and just give it a little bit, like a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. All right, so that's that. Now I'm going to lay this down flat as well. I'm not going to pop it up because we're going to pop up the actual focal point of the card. So I'm just going to center that on there. And I'm going to use my seal because I'm attaching it to the embossing stuff. And I want to make sure that it's got a nice strong adherence, to grab it so we don't lose the front of our card, right? So I'm just going to do a little bit of these here and there, okay? So and you got to make sure I got my trees going the right way because you don't want to put them on here upside down. You know what I did was, I don't know if it was a couple weeks ago, I was making a card and I made it backwards. So when it opened from this, anyways, it was backwards. Okay, so there's that part, right? This is very easy, but I think it's a very stunning card. All right, then I used our layering circles and I cut out a crumb cake, which is about 2 3/4, about a 2 3/4 size, okay? And then now this obviously is on back order, and I'm very sorry. I didn't realize when I pulled it out to start making it, I forgot. This is that celebration paper that you can't get anymore, and it's so cute. If you have it, try coloring it with your markers or your Stampin' Blends. Ooh, it's gorgeous. Okay, so this was 2 1/2. So I cheated. I used my 2 1/2 inch circle punch, which I know is retired, but I used it anyways. And then, so I'm going to go ahead and attach, no, let me wait. And then I did let's see, that was 2 1/2. And then I did a 2 3/8 circle. And this is what we're going to stamp on, okay? And then I cut these little tiny pieces. This is slightly over, this little piece of Very Vanilla is slightly over half. It's probably like 5/8 by, let me see. Hang on a second, I'll tell you. It's by 1 1/2. And then, of course, the crumb cake is just a slight bit longer, and that's what we're going to stamp our sentiment on. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to let me bring in some paper just in case I make a boo-boo, which I don't think I will, but you never know. All right, so let me slide some of this stuff out of the way. All right, so I'm going to bring in the stamp, and we're going to use our Memento Black, and we're going to stamp on the circle. And actually, I wasn't sure it was going to fit, but the stamp, the little squirrel fits right on there pretty good. Okay, so give me a second because I got to figure out which squirrel it is that I'm using. And it's not that one, because I have them on blocks, and I have to remember. Okay, it's this guy holding the nut. Okay, so we're gonna ink him up, and you always want to start, since it's a two-step stamping. You want to do the line. Well, you don't have to, but I do the line, which outlines the squirrel. Let me pull this one off so I don't get these confused. All right, so I ink it up in my Memento Black, and then I'm going to stamp him down, and he will fit right on here. And I'm stamping him her. She's got eyelashes, so I'm going to say it's a girl. I'm saying it's a girl squirrel. All right, so we're not going to use the Memento Black right now, so I'm going to close this. Sorry, my arm got in the way. I'm going to close that before we get it dirty. All right, so we're going to take this off. Okay, so we've got her all stamped, nice and pretty. I love this stamp set. And I was just looking, I don't have any, I was thinking, I said this last time, I don't have any, really that many fall stamps. I don't know what my problem is with that, but anyways, that's what it is. And don't let me forget, I have the names of, I'll tell y'all after we make this card whose names were drawn. And for those, Karen and Denise Valdenoci, if you're online, your cards will go out tomorrow too. My apologies. Okay. So now we're going to take the body of the little squirrel, and we're going to stamp him. I stamped him in this card. I used gray granite, and I really like that. So I'm going to stamp this in gray granite because I don't want it too dark. So let me pull my gray granite. I'll put these guys over there. We'll need him for the next set. So we'll bring in our gray granite, and this is where I may have to stand up. All right, so we're going to ink this guy up. We're going to get him, hopefully we get all the ink on him, which we do. And then you've got to lean over. That's what's good about these photopolymers, is you lean over and you can watch. And what I'm going to do is I'm trying to line up his tail first, because I found, bear with me, hopefully y'all are going to have to bear with me because I got to see. Because it gets crooked and y'all get this card and you're not going to be a happy camper. Okay, so I'm trying to line up. I got to get it turned a little bit so we can get his head in there. And get her eyes. All right, so I've got the tail positioned. I've got the butt positioned. I'm getting closer, so I'm trying to go down as close as I can. And I'm going to turn it just a tad, and I think we might be good. Oh, I see the tail's off. I screwed up on the tail, but that's right. We're going to hide it. We'll just color it in. All right, let me close this. Well, it looked good until I squished it down, but that's all right. Because, there's ways that we can cover up stuff. And, most people aren't going to notice any difference. All right, so you can see I went out of the lines right there, but, and his foot's hanging down. It's okay. Whoever gets your card, they're not going to see this anyways because we're going to use a ribbon. So that's how we're going to hide it. But I am going to take my gray granite, and I've got the light one, and I'm just going to come in. And it's going to kind of look like a little bit of a shadow, actually. I'm just going to come in and fill this part right here. Now, it's going to have a different look because, this is using the ink pad. But it'll give it a little shadowy effect. And they will not know the difference. So we're just going to fill this part in so it doesn't look like he's really naked. It looks like he's got he just has some extra color on him, okay? And I could, you know what, let me, I just realized that, and I think I said this the last time, I forgot that they have the little thing for the nut, that I can actually stamp that. So that's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to stamp, I think I'll color the top part, but I'm going to stamp the little nut itself. Let me see, let me borrow one of these blocks. I didn't bring a little one over here, but that's okay. Let me take this off. And I see where his little hand goes. I don't know if y'all can see. If you can see that little mark right there? Can you see that? That's his little hand holding it. So now I know where I need to place this. So I'm going to go ahead and do this in crumb cake. We'll see what it looks like. I was going to do it in bronze, but let's try crumb cake. So I'm experimenting with you guys. All right, so now we're going to try to line this up. And you can see the little pokey thing, the tip of his nut, right? So we're going to try to get this down in there. Bear with me. And we're going to stamp it. Ooh, almost. That's not too bad. Ha! Pretty good. All right. Well, you know what happens. It happens, but it's okay. All right, let me put this back real quick because I need that block when we get to the next card that we're making. Okay, and then I'm going to take the, did I not bring my crumb cake? Oh, yeah, I did. I'm going to take my, is this crumb cake? Hold on. No, that's my, yes, crumb cake. And I'm going to color that one in too, right on the edge. So we're just going to, and see, I got his little hand off, but that's all right. We're just going to put the little crumb cake right there. No one's going to know the difference. And then I am going to take, oh, should I do the, nah, what should I do? Let me think about this. I think this might be too dark for the top. Let's see. Yeah, let's try that. This is bronze. This is the bronze. Let's see what it looks like if we put that. Yeah, let's do it. We'll just color this. The other one that I did, I used the color lifter, and that was a mistake because it moved my dark all the way off. Oh, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Okay, so that's the bronzer. All right, so that's that part of our stamp. So now we're going to put this part together. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this guy to this, and I'm going to use my seal because, let me think about this for a minute. Yeah, because we got to attach. Because I'm attaching it to the stuff, the paper right there, that dazzling paper. It's kind of ridgy, so we're going to add that. Now this is going to have just a small amount around the edge, if I've got it cut right. And it just adds a little bit of sparkle. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now we're going to take that and we're going to flip this over. I'm going to add some adhesive here from our Tombow. All right, and then we're going to, I use the dies from, oh Lord, what was the name of it? Oh, it's right here. Because I wanted some sprigs and I didn't have a sprig or a leaf stamp. So I used the meadow dies, and I use this leaf thing right here. And that's what I'm putting underneath to give it a little sparkle. So if you see in this card here, see how I've got a couple of them popping out? I'm going to do that. Just kind of pull that gold from the other that we're using. Oh, you know what? I just noticed the picture in the book that this part should be down there as far as the coloring. Oh, well, it's okay. I always do things, I was going to say ass backwards, but whatever. Okay, so now we're going to add some adhesive. I'm going to trim this guy. I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to cut this one here. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I'll cut this one here. No, I'm going to cut it here because this one I've got the tail I can type into. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some, I'm going to get it even here. So I'm going to put some snail, I wish it was snail, seal. And I'm just going to lay this on there underneath, and I want it to poke out some. So I'm just going to kind of prop it in here so it can kind of lay out, but I don't want it to lay out so it's hanging over the card. So I want to make sure, see, I've got that. So I need to pull this in a little bit more. And however you all want to do this, I just thought it adds a little extra bling to it. And then this piece, I'm just going to do the same thing, but kind of push it over here and maybe have this one go up a little bit. And I'm tacking it on to where I have that seal placed. I think that looks good. Now this I'm going to pop up on dimensionals, because you know we have to have it popped up, right? So I'm going to add a dimensional here, and then I'm going to add one right here to help hold that down anyways. And I'm going to put one there, and then I'll put one right over here just to help. That helps to hold them down too. Okay. So we're going to move that, remove all of these little guys off. All right, so what is today? Can you believe it's already the end of September? Oh my gosh, don't know where time is going. All right, so we're going to lay that on here. I'm going to probably put him in right about the center because we're going to add a bow. Oh, got to get him straight. Now I've got his little things going the wrong direction. I don't think I like that. What do y'all think? Oh, I was looking at him the wrong way. Oh, that's fine. No, I don't think I like that. Let's move this. Hang on. I don't like that. So whoever gets this card, you'll probably thank me for moving it. All right, bear with me. I'm going to lift this thing up and see if I can. I'll probably end up ripping it, but hang on. Let me see. Let's move it down just a tad. There we go. I'm going to take this off. All right, let me do this again. I want it hanging. I want to kind of have them towards the bottom. All right, so if my squirrel's going to be like that. Yeah, I don't want to look at. Okay, that'll work. We'll just stick him right on there. Actually, let's move him over. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're going to put him like that. All right, so there's our squirrel. All right, now this is our little tiny sentiment that we're going to put on here. And I'm using the smallest one in the set that's called Hey There. And we're going to do that in, I think I'm doing it in soft suede, just to give it a little bit darker look. And I have it on here, so let's get that up there. And let me stand up so I can see. I'm sorry if I'm in the, when y'all can't see this, but hopefully it will be somewhat centered. Oh, perfect. Gosh, you'd think I knew what I was doing there. Oh my goodness gracious. Somebody's looking out for me today. All right, so let's move that guy over here. We're going to add him to this. And I'll just put some seal on that just to get it so it sticks to it. And we're going to attach him just like that. Okay, and this one's going up on dimensionals as well. So we're going to put 2 on here. And then we're going to add a bow. And I'm going to put this down here a little bit further because I know my bow is probably going to try to hide it. Oops, hang on. It's a little crooked. I think that looks straight. Okay, and we're using the gold. And I saw, again, this is on back order. I think it's back order. I tell you, it's the shipping. I was reading up on it this morning. I can't tell you how many container ships are sitting out in the ocean, just sitting there filled with, every industry is having problems. So it's just not Stampin' Up. And some people get a little agitated. And I know, you know, it's frustrating when you want to order something and it's on back order or they don't have it in stock. But let me tell you, even people trying to build houses, our cousin, Chuck's cousin, building a house up in Maine, a second home, and it's been over a year, and they are still waiting on stuff to come in. So it's just not Stampin' Up, it's all over. So, you know, we just have to be patient and, you know, just do our best to, oops, I'm cutting it off too much. Be patient, you know, because it's out of everybody's control, unfortunately. All right, so let me just pull these tails down a little bit. I'm gonna trim this guy because that's driving me crazy. There we go. So it's out of control, but what can you do? You know, until somebody gets something figured out, then things will get better. All right, I'm pulling my tails down. I'm holding the center, and I'm pulling so that they don't go all the way. I can keep it taut while I'm pulling. And so as you pull to tighten it, you see how the bow, the loops get a little bit bigger. All right, so I like this ribbon because it's easy to work with. You can kind of maneuver it and manipulate it, I guess, if you will. And, all right, let me trim this guy because he looks like he's a little too long, too. Try to get him even. Okay, we won't put too much more effort into that. All right, let's get some glue dots here. And we're going to put some glue dots. I'm going to use 2 of them. Hang on, I got to find them. So let me see, which one I like this side better. Do I like that side better? I think that side looks much better. So we're going to use that as the back. Pardon me. Okay, so let me put a glue dot here. I'm going to use 2 of them. And then I'm going to put 1 right there. Okay, and then we're going to attach him right to the bottom of our squirrel. Boy, this glitter, I tell you, the glitter on that paper is coming off everywhere. And I'm just going to lay him right about there. That kind of hides his foot. See what I mean? All right, so there's that. And then the last thing that we need to do is we're going to put our Very Vanilla on the inside. And I'm not going to stamp anything. Wait a minute, am I going to? Yes, I am going to stamp something. I had to think about it for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to make this a, I'm going to make it like a get well. It says, hey there. Hope you're feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And we'll do this in, I think I'll do it in the suede, soft suede as well, just to give it a little bit. Let's see. Hopefully this is on here straight. Let's see. All right. I pulled this out, and then I wasn't sure if I was going to do that or not. Yeah, that's pretty good. Actually, I probably could just stamp it. Yeah, that probably would look good. All right, so let's stamp that right about here. Bright-eyed and bush-tailed. All righty. We'll close this up. And we'll add that to the inside of our card. And then we will be done with our first card for the evening. So let's get this adhered. Put that on there. I don't know why I'm using my seal, because I use up so much of it. I'm meant to use my famous green glue that I love. Well, okay, so let's put that in there. And we'll attach that. And the inside piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Sometimes I do mine 4 by 5 or 3 3/4 by 5. All right, so there's our squirrel card. And there's the first one that I did. Isn't that cute? It's an easy way. I just love this stamp set. It's so easy. And look at what this, just a little bit of this glimmer paper. So, you know, we have that shimmer paper. That would probably look pretty too when you do something like this. All right, so those 2 cards are done. So let's move on to our next card. Let me, bear with me 1 second. Let me just move some of this stuff out of the way because I'm going to need room up here because I've got to spread out. Let's see, we don't need that one. And I don't need this. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Okay. And I don't know if I need that, but we're going to leave it over here. All right, let me pull my paper trimmer in because we got to do some major scoring. All right. And we don't need you over there. Okay, so let me get my paper. Oops, moving all my stuff around. Bear with me. Put you right there. Okay. So we are, oh, did I show y'all Karen's card that she sent me? Look at this. Did I show y'all this? Isn't this beautiful? She did the copper glitter paper, and then she did a leaf in copper and embossed it. And then this looks like, I'm not sure what the name of it is, swirls, and then she put some rhinestones on it, and then the inside she also cut out thanks out of the same paper, but I'm not going to open it because she wrote me a love note, and I don't want y'all to see. But isn't that beautiful? Okay, thank you, Karen from Bradenton. All right, now let's get out our stuff. Oh, and let me tell you, for the cards from last week was where I did some watercoloring. Linda Carver, woohoo, and Chris Thigpen, y'all's names was drawn. So if you all want to make sure you get the cards that I send out that I make, I'm fixing my camera, that I make, then you got to make sure that you comment, and the more you comment and share, the more times your name goes into the pot to get drawn. So, all right, this is the other sheet of paper that we're using from that Harvest collection. Isn't this pretty? And then we're using soft suede. Okay, so we're going to make, oh, let me show you the card. Hang on a minute. I got to lean over and I have to unhook my microphone. Hold on. Let me show you what we're making. I moved it out of the way. All right, the one that I made, I used the Party Puffins because I made it as a birthday card. So isn't these cute? I just love these little guys. I just love everything that's childish. I don't know why that is, but I just do. So, but here's the card. All right, so here's the card. And I put my little puffins on here, and I use the gingham paper to hold it together, ribbon. So I'm going to open it up, and then look at that. Ta-da! It's a box. And then you can stand it up. And so I put happy birthday in there. And you could probably put a gift card. You could put some money in there. And then they could have it standing up on their desk. See? They could stand just like that. Isn't that cute? And you just fold it in, and then I tied it shut. So we're going to use the squirrels. That's what we're going to do. I didn't design one with squirrels, but that's what we're doing. So it's going to be something very similar. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's start with our cardstock. This is 8.5 by 11, but we need to cut it down to 10.25 by 8.5. All right, so this is the 11-inch side. So we're going to cut it down to 10.25. So let me slide this over here. I don't know if y'all can see, but let me slide this over here to the quarter mark. I'll make sure I get it right. All right, so we're at 10.25. So we're going to cut this. All right, we're going to take that piece and just you throw it away or whatever. Okay, now let's move our. Now we're going to do some scoring. Okay, so now it's 10.25 by 8.5, right? Okay, so we're going to start on the 10.25 side, and we're going to score at. Let's do it this way. We're going to do, since the paper's longer, we'll do 8 1/8. All right, so we got 8. I'm going to move over to 8 1/8. Wait. Let me do it let me do it and confuse myself. Let's start this way. Scratch that. All right, we're going to start out at 2 1/8. Okay, so 2 1/8. So it's the 2 mark, and then two more over, which will be 2 1/8. So we're going to score at 2 1/8. Okay, so score that. And then we're going to slide it over and do 3 5/8, which is 3 1/2, and then the next mark after that, 2 marks after. So that's 3 5/8. Okay. And then we're going to come down and we're going to go to 6 5/8. All right, so we're going to do 6 1/2 and then 6 5/8. All right, so we got 6 5/8 right there. Let me pull this back just a minute. Okay, 6 5/8. And now we'll do our 8 1/8. So we're going to slide this down to 8 1/8 right there. Okay, so we're going to do 8 1/8 here. All right, now we're going to turn it. Okay, so we're going to turn it, and the 8 1/2 is at the top, and we're going to score at 1 1/2 inches. So I've got 1 1/4, and there's 1 1/2. All right, let me make sure I'm lined up on the 1 1/2 at the bottom. So we're going to score at 1 1/2 here. Okay, and then we're going to slide it down to 7 inches, and we're going to score at 7 inches. Okay, this is really an easy card once you get the measurements right. When I first did it, I had the measurements wrong. And that's all we need to do for right now, okay? Now, I do need, oh, shoot, Skeet. Let me see if I've got a, oh, I guess I can use this. I'll use my bone folder. I was using my stylus. Okay, so let's go ahead and, all right, so this is the 10 1/4, right? So I need to score, or not enough score, I need to make a notch at, let me see, hang on, I'm trying to read my notes. 10 1/4, that would be 5 1/8. So 5 1/8, I need to make a little notch with my, let me fold this. It's going to be hard to see this in the dark, isn't it? Because I guess I could have used something lighter. All right, so right here, this is 3 inches right here. So I am going to come up here and I'm going to make a mark. Let me hang on a minute. Let's do it this way. It'd be easier on the be easier to do it on the scoring board. Sorry. Let's line this up at 5 1/8, right? So we got to do half because that's what the card normally is, right? So at 10 1/4, it'd be 5 1/8. So let's line this up at 5 1/8. I'm not going to do a score. All I'm going to do is make a little mark right at the top because we need to, we gotta do a diagonal cut. I mean a diagonal, let me see, 5 1/8. Make sure, I'm just gonna pull it down just a tad. Hopefully I'll be able to see that. Yeah. All right, and then we're gonna do same thing on this side. So just flip it around to the other side and do a little, I was doing it on my scoring board. So we'll do it 5 1/8. And we're just going to come down just enough to make a little notch. Just score enough that you know where that center part is, okay? And let's see, did it mark it? Nope, that one didn't mark it. Hang on. 5 1/8. Let me get back over here. All right, I guess I'll push down a little bit harder. All right, does that work? Yep, there we go. Okay, you can barely see it, but that's right. Or you can mark it with your with a pen or a pencil. Okay, so I see my mark is right there. So let's go ahead. We're going to fold our sides first, and we'll burnish those. All right, so let's do that. And then I'll do this one, and I'll come back with the bone folder in just a moment. And I'm doing both sides just so that we can get them to move. And then here, all right. Now, before I do anything else, there is this mark right here. And so what I need to do, oh, you know what? I could have done that. We need to take our ruler, and we're going to go from corner to that part. I know it's kind of dark and y'all can't see it. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So we're going to go from this corner and the center, and we're going to go up to that center mark, and then we're going to go from this corner up to that center mark, and we're going to do that at the top and at the bottom, okay? So I'm going to lay my ruler. I know my mark is right there, so I'm going to hold my embossing folder there so I know what I got to bump it up to. And then I'm going to pull my ruler down so it's right at that corner, okay? And then I'm just going to, whoops, hang on. I'm going to have to do it this way because I can't get, sorry. I got to be able to see. So I'm going to line it here and line it up with that corner right there. And then I'm going to give it a good score because we're going to bend this, okay? All right, so can you see that? You'll see it when we fold it. Can you see? I don't think y'all can see that. Okay. And then we're going to come here and do the same thing. We're going to go from that corner. Let me move the paper over a little bit. We're going to come to this point here, and then I want to get down to that corner here. So I'm going to line it there, and I'm going to come right up like that. Okay, so I've got that there. All right, and then we're going to flip the cardstock around, and we're going to do the same thing. There's my mark. I know y'all can't see it, but there's my mark right there. So I'm going to line up my mark. Now I can't even see it. Okay, I'm lining up my mark there so I know where to put my ruler. And I want to get to the corner of there. So we're going to go here to that corner and right here up against that. So we're going to turn. Let me see, there's my corner. And we're going to come in, and I'm just going to do it a couple of times so we can see it. Because we're going to fold these. And this is what's going to make our box fold. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Put my there. And we're going to come here. I thought this was a cute card. And it folds up so it goes into an envelope. So it goes into the envelope. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to go from this corner right there. So we're going to get that scored. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and fold all of our scoring pieces. All right, and then we're going to do some cutting. But we're gonna fold all this stuff first. Okay, so let's I'm gonna turn this around so I can get to the other side. So the inside is 3 inches where we just made that mark. Okay, I'm gonna fold this down, and then we're gonna fold this one up. Okay, now the end pieces. We're gonna cut. So here's that center piece, right? So this is the 2. We're gonna cut this line from here. Oh, let me back up some. Sorry, let me come out. Hang on a minute. Let me back up some. Hold up. You've never seen this style? Style of how I score? Okay, so this is the center part, right, where our score is. So we're going to cut just this line right here. So I'm going to cut this. So bear with me. I'm going to cut this down. And we're going to take off the one end. So give me just a second. Let me cut it all the way up. Okay. And we're going to cut this piece off right here. So I'm just going to snip him off. And then I am going to do just a little trim here. Just because, you know, sometimes when you do the score and then you cut, it sometimes goes and leaves a little bit of that scoring thing there. So we're going to take that, just kind of cut it a little bit at an angle because we're going to fold that in. All right, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so we're going to cut up all the way. It's really hard on this dark paper. Sorry, you guys. I should have done it on white so we could see it better, but that's all right. All right, so we're going to cut all the way up if I can get my scissors to cooperate. All right, and we're going to get right to there, and then we're going to cut this end off right here. And this doesn't matter because this is going to be hidden anyways, so you can cut it shorter if you want. And then I'm going to come in and do, and this is what makes it a little bit awkward, trying to hold everything. Hang on, let me fold this down. And again, I'm just going to come in just a little bit and just kind of shave a little bit off so that when we go to fold it in, it folds. Okay? All right, so that's that one. And then we'll do the other side the same way. Okay, so see how that looks? All right, so this folds up. All right, so we're going to do this one here. Probably should have got my big paper scissors and I could have done this in one swoop. All right, so we're going to cut this off. And then I'm just going to come in here because sometimes it's not always straight. I'm just going to take a little smidgen off of that. And then we'll do the same, whoopsie. And then we'll do the same on this side. So I can see it. Brown's not a good color. Just see what you're doing, especially with the lighting. All right. Cut this. Okay. And then we're going to cut this little piece just a little bit at an angle, not much, but just enough so when you fold it, it will fold and not get in the way. All right, so let me get that get this guy out there. Okay. All right, so that's what it's going to look like after you trim off those corners. Okay, and then these fold up, right? Let me move my pieces out of the way. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, so what's going to happen is this is how it's going to work, all right? These guys, but I'm going to put I'm going to put tear and tape on here because I think it'll be easier just when we get ready. So I'm going to go ahead and attach some tear and tape for now, and then when we get ready to put it together, I'm going to put it just right along the these corner pieces, so that way it adheres when we get ready to put this thing together. So let's go ahead and get that done first. I just thought this was cute, you know. And you can make this. I almost did a Christmas one, but I thought, a little early for that. But so that's why I did the birthday. And you know, you could put all sorts of little goodies in there. Something not you know, you don't want anything really heavy, but you know, money is always good if it's a birthday. Gift cards, you know, you could put a pack of sunflower seeds, or I don't know, something if you know, if you want to make somebody a spring gift or something like that. A little bag of nuts from the squirrels. So you could do a little bag. You know how they have those little 100-calorie little bags you can buy at the grocery store that come, you know, I guess they come together. You could send them a bag of nuts because you're nuts about them. All right, so let's go ahead and just get this on here. Whoops, it was a little crooked, but that's all right. No big deal. How are we? Oh, I think we're good on time. We might go over 8 o'clock a little bit, but we'll be good. Dadgummit. Hang on. I'm a little, not paying attention to my adhesive. All right, so let's get this here. All right, so what are y'all thinking so far? What do you think? Have you seen this before? This type of card? So it's always fun to find new stuff, you know. Plus, it's fun to make something different. People are appreciative of cards. I know some people were. I was on one of the Facebook pages, and they were complaining that people don't send them thank yous for their when you send somebody a card, they don't thank you. And I don't expect people to thank me. I do it because I want to do it. I don't expect to get a thank you back, you know. And I don't expect them to keep them either. They're probably going to throw them away, which is fine. I don't care. I mean, you care, but you know, whatever. So that doesn't bother me. Okay, so we have our adhesive now on these 4 corners, right? Now, so here's our, like a little teepee thing right there, right? You can't see it. So I'm going to fold it down. And then we have where we did our little score. So I'm going to bend it just a little bit. I'm going to fold this one down and fold this back. right? And it's going to kind of look like we're making one of those airplane, you know, football things, like a football airplane. And we're going to do like that. And then that way it will, that's what's going to open the box or make the box. So we're going to flip it around and we're going to do the same thing. Now I always try to, I push a little bit because I can't see it. So I push a little bit on the score line to make sure I've got it going. And then we're going to fold it over right on the score line. And then we'll do the same thing on this one. See, it looks like we're making a paper airplane or a football, whatever you call those things. All right, so that's how that goes, right? So far, so good? All right, now, before we put this together, we're going to decorate these two pieces here. So we have to bring in our paper trimmer again because we're going to cut some of this paper, this designer series paper. And we're going to, all we need is 2 strips. And they are going to be 1 7/8. So we're going to go 1, which is, it's like almost a 2, right? So 1 7/8 is the last line before the 2. We'll get that even. All right, and we're going to, hang on a minute. Let me make sure I got it lined up right. The top's off a little bit. All right. 3/4 is the second line. All right, hang on. Got to get it straight. All right. So this is 1 7/8. Whoops, we're going to cut it. 1 7/8. And make sure if you got a pattern on your paper, you got your pattern going the right way. And we're going to take this out because that's all we need from this. And then I'm going to turn and cut it at 5 1/4. Okay? So we're going to line this up at 5 1/4. And we're going to cut 1, and then we'll slide this one down, and we'll cut it again at 5 1/4. And cut that one, and then we have a little bit, right here, a little bit of a waist. So those 2 pieces we're going to add to our, oh, wait a minute. I need a piece of, hold on. I need a piece of white for the inside. I was going to do vanilla, but I'm doing white because this paper's got a little more white in it. So we need a piece of white that is going to be for the inside. It's 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. So we're going to go, let me make sure that's straight. 2 3/4. That doesn't look straight. Yeah. All right, let's do 2 3/4. So 2 1/2, 2 3/4. Right there. And we're going to cut that. And that's going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we'll put that over there. And that's 5 1/4. So we'll move this out of the way. And that is going to go on the inside. Hang on a minute. I got to get my paper right here. All right. Now the next thing, let me make sure. Oh, I've got some paper over here. I got to stamp my squirrels. So we want to have paper because we're going to fussy cut the squirrels out. We'll use this paper. I don't think this is going to be enough. All right. So now we'll go ahead. Let's add our designer paper to the outside edges. Now you could put a base underneath if you want to put like a piece of white. And I thought about doing that, but I wasn't sure. What do y'all think if we did a little bit of white? I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I put a little piece of white behind it? I'm going to love this card. Will the instructions be online? No, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. I'm sorry. It's very simple, and I walk you through it. So it's pretty simple. I know there's a delay of about probably 5 or 6 seconds. What do y'all think? Should I put the white underneath or leave it with no white? What do you think? Well, we're just going to put it side by side. White or no white? What do you think? Should I do a little bit of the white? I'll wait for y'all to respond. White layer? That's what I think too. Okay, well then that's what we're going to do. Let me see if I've got a piece of paper that's long enough. Hopefully we do. Because I need 5 1/4, don't I? 5 1/4. Oh, I need 5 1/4. I need a little bit more than 5 1/4. We'll do 5. Let's see if this is going to work. 5. That's going to be right on the edge. Yep, everybody's saying white. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me run and get a piece of scrap. I don't have a big enough piece here. Hang on. Uh-oh, my microphone's stuck. Hang on. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll move these out of the way. I thought about it and I wasn't sure, and I said, well, let me just ask them what they think I should do. All right, so let's move this out of the way. All right, so this is 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and make this. Let's see. Let's make it. Let's see. What was it? The inside piece was. No, I'm looking at the outside. So really, we need to be 2 inches. So let's do 2 inches. We'll see if this works. We'll do 2 inches. Sorry, guys. All right, so we're going to do 2 inches by 5 1/4. 5 and let's do 5 and 5 1/4. Let's do 5 1/2. If that's too big, we'll cut back. Okay, so we're going to do 2 of these. So that's going to be 5 1/2 by 2 inches. So let's see what that looks like before I cut my second piece. So let's do that. All right, so we're going to cut it down from 5 1/2 to 5. Let's see, what do we do? 5 1/8. Let's 5 1/4. Let's do 5 3/8. So we'll do 5 3/8 instead of 5 1/2. So we'll just do 5 and let's see. There's 5 1/4, 5 3/8. Let's do that. That will give us. I think that'll be good. So 5 3/8. Let's just double check that. Why is it? Do y'all have problems getting your stuff off the board, or is it just me? Yeah, I think that's gonna look better. Okay, so 2 inches by 5 3/8. And I know I'm cutting my paper the wrong way, but that's all right. So 2 inches. We know it's 2 inches. All right, so we'll do 2 inches by 5 3/8. So 5 1/4, move over 2, and we're at 5 3/8. Okay. All right, there we go. So let's move this out of the way. Now I think we're done with the paper trimmer. I'm glad I asked y'all for your opinion. Okay, we're going to use these papers. This I'm going to, well, hang on a minute. Let me move this out of the way because it's going to drive me crazy. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and attach these. Let's get our little boards back here. Come on, Bella. All right, so let's go ahead and add these on here. I thought the white would probably look better, but I thought, let me ask them because you all know so much. Harvest Meadow DSP. Yes, that is the Harvest Meadow. The special, where is the specialty paper? Which, are you talking about the Harvest Meadow or the sparkly one? The Harvest Meadow is in the July through December catalog, if I'm not mistaken. And the sparkly, which was in the dazzling something, is no longer orderable at this time. That's a celebration item that you could have gotten from free, but I don't know if it's going to be back in before the end of celebration or not. Yeah, I think that's going to look much better. But the Harvest Meadow is in the fall or holiday catalog, if you will. And if you give me a minute, I can tell you what page it's on, unless somebody wants to look that up for me. That would be marvelous. All right, so let's get our adhesive. Put this in here. Make sure you get your trees or whatever you've got a pattern. Make sure they're going in the right direction, right? Yeah, I think the white's going to make it look much better. You guys are so smart. So smart. Okay, so now we're going to attach these to this side right here and then this side of our box, okay? And I am going to add, I'm going to use our seal only because it's on the edge and I just think I just want to use it that way. All right, so we're just going to add some adhesive here. Marie, this would be a good card that you can make for your boutique store. And so we're going to push this down here. And then we'll fold our flaps up when we get done. Okay, so I'm going to get it lined up right there so we have a little bit of edge around. Okay, there's that one. And let's do this one. All right. I almost did a one-sheet wonder for tonight. But then I saw this. And I thought, let's do that. So I may do a one-sheet wonder next week. Because I think those are fun. Do y'all like one-sheet wonders? I have a membership to that as well. That I did a founding members launch several months back. And I'm thinking about opening it again, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to add this over on this side. And we want to make sure we've got it. All right, perfect. Okay, all right, so there's our sides, right? Now, let's take our... Oops, I guess it would help if I put my microphone back on. I probably talk loud enough. Y'all can probably hear me anyways. All right, so let's peel off our tear and tape. So now we're gonna put our box together. Well, actually, hang on. Before we do that, I don't want to do that yet. Hang on. I got to do my inside piece because we got to stamp. So let me put my sentiment in there before I forget. We're gonna use the soft suede, and then I've got to do my squirrels. What time is it? Okay, we're not too bad. All right, I'm doing this set that I'm using here is the Lighthearted Lines. And I'm putting on the inside of the card, I'm going to put, I hate to break it to you, but you're stuck with me, friends forever. So that's what I'm going to put on the inside. Okay. So that, and this is a cling stamp set, just to let you all know. And I'm going to place that probably right about here. It just depends on where you want to write your message, you know. Probably could have put it down at the bottom. All right, so that's good. Now we'll add that, and then I will remove the tape, and then we'll put the box together because we need to get this in here before we do that. So let's go ahead and apply our lovely Tombow green liquid glue. All right, and we'll get that, put that down here. Get that so it's there. And again, this piece was 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then these two DSP pieces were 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. All right, now we can start putting it together. So let's remove our adhesive, the tape. All right, let's do it this way. Let's just use my little, no. It is raining again. I was worried. We turned our sprinklers off the other day because we've had so much rain. And I said something to my husband this morning. I said, are you going to turn the sprinklers back on or do I need to go out and water my plants? He said, nope, it's going to rain. I said, okay. And it's been, I don't know how much rain we've gotten, but it's quite a bit. I can hear it out there. At least it stopped thundering, so the dog she's calm. Man, she was bugging me to death. She, you know, they're so daggone smart, right? She knows, 5 o'clock we have to go to the mailbox so she can do her business and then see if any of her friends are there. Okay. And then she starts bugging me at 3, today it was at 3:30. She was ready to go. I said, I don't think so, child. You better just go lay down. But normally she'll start at 4 o'clock. And we always say the same thing. Riley, you have your time clock off. And she obviously doesn't listen because she does it every day. Isn't it funny how they're creatures of habit? I guess we are too. But man, I tell you what. And she knows exactly at 12 o'clock because my husband's now been giving her carrots because we're trying to get her to lose weight. And she's actually down to 14.5 pounds, so we're thrilled with that. Glad you were doing a box. I saw it posted a few times without instructions. Oh, good. Started thundering south of you. Woohoo. Okay, so our box right here, this is going to go, this flap is going to go on the back of this card, this side right here. So I'm going to hold it like this so I can see it. And I'm just going to bring it around. Well, actually, let me do it this way. Sorry. I'm going to bring this side up. I know I'm looking like I'm all thumbs. And I want to make sure that it's going to lay flat. And make sure that's down there. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. We're going to just line it up on this piece right here. And that should line up. Hang on a minute. Got to hold my hands here so we can get it even. Trying to line it up with the score line. Okay. All right, so there's that one. Let's see how that's going to work. All right, and then we'll do the same thing here. And then all we got to do is I'm going to do my squirrels real quick because we're going to put them on the front of the box. And then we're going to add some ribbon. And then y'all are going to have to tell me which ribbon you want to. So I'm giving you the options so y'all can, we should do a mystery thing. We should do a mystery night where y'all bring your supplies. I send you the stuff in advance and tell you what sizes. We should just do a mystery card. All right, hang on. I should get my take your pick tool. It'll probably make it a lot easier, huh? Right? I'm picking and grinning. Y'all remember where that came from? I know I'm showing my age too. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Okay, we're coming. There we go. Hang on. Put that one up there. Let's get this one too. So, anyways, well, I'm glad I did the other card first, but this isn't taking too long. If I could get my tape off of here. All right, one more, and then we'll stamp the squirrel. It won't take long to do that. We're going to stamp both of them, and I'll fussy cut them out. Shouldn't take too long. Y'all don't have any place to go now, do you? Just joking. Okay. Well, all right, here we go. Okay. All right. I'm closing in on it. All right, so we're going to hold this one up, fold it up. Just line up your, your score lines. Fold your piece over right there. And they're not going to see this because that's kind of like the back of the card, right? And then we're going to fold it in and make sure we've got it lined up here. And then fold it down. Oops, hang on. Make sure it's lined up. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. And then there. So now when you push this in, push these in, that's how the box closes. So we're going to close it, and then you'll take your bone folder, and then you want to just kind of give it a good little crease there. Okay, and then we're going to do there you go. So when they get it, they'll stand it up and they can see. Isn't that cute? All right, so yeah, it would be fun, wouldn't it? Okay, so let me do some quick stamping. Let's stamp our squirrels. It won't take long because we're going to color them. That won't take long either. And it won't take me long to cut them out. So we're going to stamp the first squirrel. And we're going to use our Memento Black. Okay, and then where's my other squirrels? Hang on. Where are my squirrels? Oh, there's one. Where's my other one? All right, I've lost. Oh, there he is. Lost the body of my squirrel. Hang on. I just thought this was, I guess when you, before you attach the inside piece, you probably should sign your name to it. So whenever y'all get this box, y'all are going to have to figure out how to put your name in there. Sorry about that. I wasn't thinking. Okay. All right. So let's do this guy here. And we're going to stamp her over here. Okay. So we've got those done. It's thundering again. I don't know where the dog. Oh, she's back over there under my other desk. So I guess she's not too bothered about it. How the ox card and coming along. What ox? What? Oh, the box card. Yes, I know. Isn't that cool? Okay, so let me move these guys out of the way. Hang on a minute. I gotta bring my squirrels in, and I've lost one of my squirrels. Let me see. There's my bodies. Okay, we are gonna do. Let's do beige. We'll do a crumb cake on one. Which one do we want to do the crumb cake? Let's do crumb cake on. We'll do crumb cake on this one. I'm gonna make sure I get. There we go. We got the ink. Okay. All right. Bear with me because I got to stand up on this so we can line her up. And all right. Let's see. Get this little pretty girl. We got to get her body and her tail. I don't think the tails. I guess I should look at the book. Let me see. Got to get her. It's like she's wearing a mask, isn't it? All right. Bear with me if my head's in the camera. I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. Keep our fingers crossed. That one looked easier to do than the other one. Let me see what is the where's my stamp set? Oh, they don't show it together. They just show the two pieces. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, so let's see. Let's do the other one. Let's do them different. Let's do the other one in, I don't want to do, that's crumb cake. Let's do the gray granite because this one, I think suede's going to be too dark. Okay, so while I'm doing this, here is the ribbon. Okay, so we can use the lace diamond weave. It's a vanilla colored ribbon. I'm gonna lay that there so y'all can see it. Or we can use the Flowers for Every Season white. So y'all can make a comment while I'm stamping this squirrel and getting him colored. Okay, so we need this guy here. So we're gonna stamp him. I'm gonna do him in gray again. So leave me a comment and let me know which color ribbon. Sorry, gotta go to dinner. Okay, that's gotta be Linda, right? That's fine, no worries. You can watch the replay, it'll be there. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, so leave me a comment on which one of these ribbons you think. The Very Vanilla or the white. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp this squirrel here and see if I can get this one lined up. So let me get his tail twisted right and get his butt and his feet. Hang on, it's pretty sad, you gotta stand up. All right, let me get it there. And that looks good. I'm getting a little closer. All right, let's try that and see how that does. Very vanilla. I do too. So that's what I thought, but I thought, let me just ask y'all too. I was thinking the Very Vanilla, and that'd be an easy one that we can tie as well. Okay. It's not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so let me color this little guy's thing again. Probably should have done that ahead of time, but that's okay. Let's color. I'm going to color the bottom part, the darker. This is cinnamon cider, so I'm going to color this part of the squirrel. I mean, of the nut. Acorn. I remember this time. We'll color that one, and then this one is the light crumb cake. So I'll just go ahead and color, if I can get the crumb cake off. We'll go ahead and color that real quick. Actually, maybe I should make it. No, I think that'll look fine. We'll do the light. I didn't bring the dark, so I'll just use the bronze just to do a little bit of maybe some shadowing there. Okay, I was done, guys. And we'll come back a little bit. Woo, I tell you what, I must be getting weaker. Okay, all right, that's good. All right, so there's that. Let me cut these out real quick. It shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna fussy cut them, obviously. So I'm just gonna run around because we're gonna pop them out and just have them sitting on the edge, so it's got so it kind of gives a little pizzazz to it. So we're just gonna come around. You want to leave a little bit of the white if you can. I am not the greatest when it comes to trimming because I always tend to cut off, either leave too much white or not enough white, and sometimes I end up cutting the black lines out. So, man, it is really coming down. I'm sure my husband's monitoring. We have a water gauge out on the front yard in the rock area, and which tells us how much rain has fallen, so I'm sure he's going to be looking at that, telling me how much rain fell tonight. He used to be a charter boat captain down in the Caribbean, so believe me, he watches the weather all the time. He knows everything that's going on when it comes to the weather. So I'm just going to come slightly down. I'm not going to do the whole bit between the tail. And you know what? I probably could have just cut these little guys and probably could have just cut them out with the circle punch, huh? Didn't think about that, did I? But that's all right. We're going to stick them on here. I think it'll be cute. I hadn't tried this. This is just something I thought at the last second. I thought, well, let me just put the little squirrels on there. You know, probably could just not even put them on there, but, you know, it's okay. It will be fine. And we'll just come in like that. And I'll just cut the other little guy here in a minute. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Yeah, that'll be cute. We'll do that. All right, let me cut the other one, and then we'll be done for the evening. 8:15. Boy, I am running behind on this one, aren't I? Okay, sorry guys. Almost done. Then you'll get to see the finished product. But thank you for spending Tuesdays with me. I really appreciate it. And please keep sharing my video. It would be awesome. I love to reach out and meet new people and help them with their stamping needs and provide ideas for you all. That's what it's all about sharing, right? And if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I know a lot of you on here are demonstrators, and I hope that I'm able to inspire you with some ideas as well. And I'm just going to leave his little paws like that. Man, it's really pouring. Good Lord. And but I hope I can inspire you guys as well. I do follow some other demonstrators as well. You know, we all have our certain ones that we like to follow for inspiration or for whatever the reason may be. And I hope I'm able to help you with that as well. I'm just trying to cut around his little ears. And I'm hurrying. I just don't want to cut anything that doesn't need to be cut. Plus I'm getting into this big piece of, let me cut this off because I don't know about y'all, but I can't get into little tiny pieces when I have all that paper hanging around. Okay, cut that off. Almost done. There we go. And we just do this little notch right there. I know, just what y'all wanted. I probably should have done this, and so y'all wouldn't have to sit here and watch me cut. Wasn't thinking. There we go. There we go. Slide all this out of the way. Hold on. Give me 2 minutes, and we'll be done. Done, 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 done. Okay, so we're gonna go with the vanilla. So I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna put one little squirrel up here, and I'm gonna put this one right here. What do you think? I think we'll do that. Let's and I'm going to lay them flat. I'm going to glue them down. I don't want them popped up because I don't think they need to be popped up, especially if it's going to be mailed. It's going to be a little bit bulky because it's not going to lay flat. All right, so let's put this little guy right here. Get him so she or he or whoever, put him right there. And I think this one, we will have him kind of turn like he's heading up in that direction. So that way he hangs on the card. Let me do a little bit more on his tail. Make sure his tail holds tight. Okay, how we doing, everybody? I'm hurrying. And let's see. Why don't we, because he's a little bit longer, we'll put him down here. I think that'd be cute. I can move him over just a tad. There we go. That's cute. All right, we're gonna wrap our ribbon. Now it's gonna go around one of these little guys, but that's gonna be all right. I'm gonna wrap it around his tail and around the other one. So we're gonna take this. And I think I've showed y'all this before. When I measure my ribbon, I'm going to go the length of the width of my card. This one right here, for whatever reason, is not wanting to fold. And I think it's this square right here. Hang on. There we go. I do four widths to tie a bow. So we're going to lay this here. I'm going to pull it around. All right, so we've got 1 and 2's underneath, right? So we'll do 3 and we're gonna do 4, and I'm gonna cut it a little bit longer, and that gives me room so I can, all right? So then we'll bring this in here, make sure it's flat, and then we're gonna tie our bow. And this one, for whatever reason, this one's a little bit more bulkier than the other one. Okay, there we go. So let's tie our bow real quick, and then we can slide it. Once we get it on here, we'll slide him around because I'm going to have to tighten it anyways. All right, so we're going to do it like this. Actually, I'm going to use my tweezers to help hold that down in place to keep it taut, and then I will keep my finger on it as well. And then we'll come around, and see, now I think I'm all fingers. I think I got too much on one side, actually. All right, there we go. Yep, I got too much. Hang on. Go figure that one. Let's see. This one needs to come this way. Let's try that again. Sorry, guys. You know me and the bows. All right, there we go. Put that on there. Why is it that I've got more on this side? Hang on a minute. Which tail is it that I've got? This one's too long. I keep pulling it that way, and that's the problem. There we go. I know, Dawn and her bows. I never said I was the expert in bows, that's for sure. All right, there we go. There we go. See, if you get enough length on each side, you can do it. All right, so let's push this through. Come on, Bubba. And I'm gonna grab I'm going to grab that with this because I can't see it because I don't want to stick my head. There we go. Oh, shoot, skis. See, I'm trying to rush and that's what's happening. Okay. Take a breather. Breathe out. Breathe in. Relax. Tie your bow. Everything will be fine. Squish it through there. Look at that. It's because of my finger. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting it. Yay. All right. There we go. And we'll just pull this one a little bit. Now this might be a little bit more difficult. But that's right. Now this is bulky, so this may not be the right, this may not work right for the ribbon, but that's okay. We'll, whoever gets this, I might send you a piece of both and then y'all can decide because it is a little bulky by the time you tie your knot. But that looks nice. Let me cut the tails. I'm going to trim that up. Trim that piece up. All right, there we go. Oh, we got them done. Okay, let me bring them back in so y'all can see the cards that we made. Let me bring the other one that I did with the penguins or the puffins. So this is that one. And then here's the other ones that we made. All right, so there's that one. Let me throw this out of the way. Here's this one. Can you see that one? And then the other two cards that we did here. And here's the puffins that I did earlier. Can you see that? Aren't those pretty? So thank you guys for watching me, and I apologize. It's 8:22. I knew this one was going to take a little bit longer, but I think it was well worth it. So thank you again for watching, and if you need the measurements, you'll need to come back and get those. Watch it on the replay, and if there's anything that you would like me to create for you, just shoot me a message. Thank you again for watching me on Tuesday night, and I will see you all next Tuesday, same time, same place. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great evening and a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Oh, I might see you before. I've got a BOGO, so don't forget my BOGO starts Sunday around 1 o'clock. I'll be loading up the albums. All right, thanks everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye now.